That identity crisis?
Nope. You would think, but no.
Right.
This episode of Lunatics Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code 30% off free shipping and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Parrott, and you are listening to Vacation the Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
Worlds lived, worlds died. The Arrowverse was never the same again. Welcome back to Legends of the Arrowverse. I am Phil. Joining me as always, not the anti-monitor, but the anti-everything is.
Hey y'all, it's Lil Hellfire the Contrarian. I hate everything.
I mean, I guess Lilith could be the anti-monitor.
And of course, if you saw the social media, we have some special guests. Well, everyone should know Mr. Tyler Patrick.
Hey, everybody.
Let me see if I can get the Krypton Report intro right. And Mr. James Cole.
How's it going?
Oh, that's right.
Yes. I was trying to... Anytime I say your name now, I just hear Tyler's voice.
He likes the dramatic introduction.
Yes, he does.
We're familiar with that. We have Charlie the Professor Esser on our podcast. We're very familiar with that.
Right. Yeah.
If you guys notice, see this right here? This blank spot on my wall? You can kind of see all the Superman stuff, right? This is for my poster of new Brandon Routh Superman that I ordered.
Oh.
That'll be here.
It's
gonna go
that
there.
$10 one you sent me earlier?
Yep.
Awesome.
Wait.
Merry Christmas
From
to myself.
Superman Returns or from the Crisis?
From Crisis. So the quote-unquote Kingdom Come look.
It was like that reveal shot, the one where he's standing with his hands on his hips and stuff.
Yep, that's some good
all
right there.
Well, all right, let's get started. So I was going to say 4 episodes if you count. Lil, did you watch Black Lightning?
No.
Red Skies.
Yeah, who cares? Look, listen, it's Black Lightning. I don't care. It's too little, too late.
You know what? You after we're done, go back. It was actually decent. It was like I'd say it was one of the best episodes they've done, just because they were playing with
decent stuff. Listen to yourself, folks. It was decent.
They were playing with. Oh, this doctor's.
No. you just talking about Black Lightning like that. You made her go.
How dare you?
Wow. She's gone already.
But yeah, I mean, you guys must have been thrilled because I mean, we got much everything Kryptonian in this crossover.
Yeah.
Mini Superman, Supergirl, Lex. Where's Lena? We haven't seen Lena since the first night.
Well, Lena escaped on.
I know. So
with
she's
Alex.
I'm just like, okay, so didn't they establish that they needed Lena's big brain now? So what? She's just hanging out on a ship.
Well, what's crazy is
Well, everybody went to Earth 1, and now Earth 1 is gone. So.
But you would have
everyone's gone except for that.
You would have.
Yeah,
you would have
7 people left in existence.
You would have taken Lena with you to build that machine or whatever on every Earth they go to.
Oh, yeah.
So they can get as many people off those Earths as possible. You know.
Well, didn't they say that the Monitor had put those on key Earths years and years, like before time?
I don't know if they say that on the show. Cause I know in the comics they say that, but yeah, I don't know if they ever did that specifically.
They said something about that he put them on key Earths.
Yeah, I know the key Earths, but yeah, because I mean these things move fast.
I'm pretty sure they said that. So that was pretty awesome, though. I was surprised to see that just the tower shoot out.
I know. In the first episode, I was like, oh man, they're doing towers. Then they only did it in the first episode. We even got Shadow Demons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they went all out from just like, this is how it's going to be.
Heck yeah.
There is a lot of comic pulls in this crossover for sure.
Yeah, there's some things where it kind of goes a little different, but they still keep it, you know.
Well, there's the differences, but then there's a lot of things like tonight's episode. I don't know if we want to go there. They got the antimatter cannon.
Oh yeah. There's no circle. He wasn't running a circle around it, but oh yeah.
Yep.
I will just say that after tonight's episode, it showed me the show that I want.
Oh yeah.
There is a certain DC show that I want to happen. It can be like a web series, a 6-episode, whatever. But it is it is Black Lightning with Barry Allen and Brandon Routh Superman.
Well,
I just want those 3 guys hanging out, doing stuff together.
Well, that's what I've been screaming for since day one. I mean, that's what Black Lightning's been missing. He needs to be part of the bigger universe, which I don't know. I was gonna say it should happen, but
well, if Lilith is still here with us, isn't Black Lightning filmed in Georgia?
Yeah, I know she said it filmed. They film in Atlanta, and everyone else is Vancouver.
Yeah,
that's the biggest obstacle.
Yeah, so I mean that's why they just got him for this episode and the final one. And no, I don't want to spoil it yet, but man, I was hoping that I was hoping that Jeff was going to be a Paragon.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, and it was interesting. So I don't know. Phil, you lead us how you want it to go. I don't want to skip around, or if you.
I don't know. Well, I mean, we started touching on the first episode. Lilith, you back?
Yep. Carry on. It's fine.
Lilith is just she's at the vanishing point. That's why it's all dark and she's just there.
No, it's just I'm reporting live from my soul. It's fine.
That's dark. But no, should we? I guess we should start with episode 1.
Go for it.
So far, fight me. I don't care.
Really? Not tonight?
I felt like sure it was overstuffed, but I liked it.
What, tonight's? Or I mean, they all seem pretty. Like, well, tonight's was really crazy. It really had a ton of stuff, but all right, no, was this the best episode of Supergirl this season?
Of course it was.
Well, yeah, because everyone was in it, basically.
All hands on deck.
And I mean, supposedly we got the death of Oliver Queen.
Is this Shazam now?
What?
Oh, nobody got my joke.
Oh, sorry.
You guys didn't get my joke.
Philip.
You said all hands on deck, and I said, "Is this Shazam?"
Anyway,
so yeah, you didn't say the real Captain Marvel, so it took me a second. I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. Was it? But they didn't say that in the movie.
I know.
Like they said it in the Shazam movie.
But
so
I mean,
that's what I was referencing.
Lilith, I mean, until like tonight's episode, really the only Arrow characters we got were like Oliver and Mia. So are they really like pushing like, hey, here's her new Green Arrow. She's coming. Look, she got the uniform.
He gave her the suit, so she doesn't need one. I thought that was a nod to Huntress from the Birds of Prey TV show, honestly.
Plus, she's like,
well, but the mask is what makes it more fun.
Her own time. I mean, she's like 20-some years in the past. Who's going to recognize her?
Well, Nora had a mask.
Right. She doesn't exist outside of an infant.
Nora was just
So,
I mean, I enjoyed episode 1. It was pretty full. It was a lot of setup, and there was a good amount of action. You had a whole lot of cast, so it's just kind of how it's going to start and what we're getting into, and then we get and then we go into the next 2 episodes, 2 and 3. They're split up into groups, and we get more character interactions. Each person gets to be who they are with another person, and in the first episode it was just kind of like by the numbers, getting everything set up and started. And
yeah, I mean, it was also really great how each show kind of ended with some sort of lead into Crisis.
Yeah.
Some to Crisis, so that
So
you
I mean,
just
just
the
from
threads, and we kept
from the
going
last
from
3
there.
nights, Lilith, did we get this cover?
You know,
did we let this cover get them all right? All the cameos.
Shockingly,
I know, especially.
But they were. So we got this covered. Steals a lot of their source information, but the other stuff they just make up.
Yeah.
So the stuff that from other sources, obviously.
Okay.
No offense to We Got You Covered. I mean, it is what it is.
That's great.
But I mean, you can't help but love the way. I mean, the first episode of Crisis started with just boom, Earth 89.
How
boom,
dare
Earth
you?
66. Boom, Earth
Roll
9.
call.
You're just like, holy crap!
Then they showed how big the
first
stakes
minute.
were when they took out Earth 38.
You just
Yeah.
They did set the
Yeah.
stakes there with the first episode.
All right,
you know?
so can I just-
Earth 38
spoiler
wiped out.
jump
They're
ahead.
not playing games.
And I just love how they evacuated National City and got 3 billion people off the planet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
what? Yeah, but that's what I told
'Cause they
James.
didn't
We were
show-
talking. I said, why do I feel like
didn't show
Na-
any other
Earth
country?
38
They
just
didn't even
feels
show
like
any other
National
U.S.
City.
city.
No
All they showed
cutaway
was
footage
National
of
City.
anybody else.
It's
Because
like
it's the only
Judge
one
Dredd
that matters.
It's like the mega cities from Judge Dredd.
Yeah, I mean,
Poor
they
Gotham
could've
on
just-
Earth 38.
You could have just put title cards. Right. You could have just thrown and showed like little things like just said like Gotham cut. Like just, the names of cities with, or something just so
wasn't.
we felt like Earth 38 was bigger than just National
like, I know-
City, but
And I know each show
That's-
kind of has like its own feel, but it's like so funny. Like we were saying, like after the Supergirl episode, it's like what? So Lena, now I'm thinking about it, and Brainy are just like cooling their heels on a ship somewhere instead of helping the teams. Budgets.
Right.
well, I mean, yeah, until now. Okay. So yeah, budgets. They're worse than Bendis. So Phil, were you when they said that they sent John in a pod to Earth, and then Brainy said he went through a wormhole, and that he's in Star City 2046 or whatever? Did you immediately raise your hand to the sky and just yell Bendis? Were you afraid that they were going to immediately age up John and they were going to get there to say John?
I
and he's just
kind
gonna
of
come
did
walking
that.
out.
I had a little bit.
Well, we already have Legion, so it's like it kind of makes sense when you think about it.
But I mean, we have the one spoilery thing that Supergirl's going to do in the future. I sent it to Phil. Phil, if you probably already know, James knows, but I don't want to say it on the podcast, just not to spoil anything.
I know.
And then, of course, they try to do
the
Leviathan
name of it.
on Supergirl. So it's like they're just kind of taking from.
And they have to
the
realize
current
nobody
stuff.
really cares about the current stuff.
So,
Here's
But, okay.
It's kind of messed up that they just keep appropriating Superman stuff to put into Supergirl.
here's a good debate. Here's a good debate topic for Krypton Report. Which version of Leviathan
Well,
is worse, the Supergirl version or the Bendis version?
Supergirl version, just because it's like an alien thing that makes more sense than an organization by someone that we've never really seen or heard of. And when Leviathan was revealed, it was just kind of like, oh,
We've secretly
I mean,
been behind
it
this
was
the
like,
whole
oh,
time.
This is
wow.
that's how important Leviathan was in the comic books. Who was running it? Like it came
They
out
should've
weeks
made it
ago.
Jimmy
I
and
just
both.
read it this week, and I didn't know who it was. Who was Leviathan because they didn't.
Manhunter,
It was
Manhunter.
nowhere. Nobody was talking. That's how
I
little it
I
meant.
didn't either.
I have been I've been reading comics like every week since like 1988, and I barely knew who. I was like, okay, I know the name. Okay, I remember him showing up in a Flash comic in like 1988. Okay, I remember it. Mark Shaw. Okay, spoiler.
Like I didn't even know the character. I didn't even know who it was. Like because
Right.
how little it meant. Nobody was talking about it on social media or anything anywhere. Like that's how little it meant.
Everyone was like, oh, okay.
It dropped, and everyone was like, I don't care. I was because
Time to rethink that budget, DC.
I gave him the answer. She should have went with Jimmy Olsen.
Yes, I mean that was my first thought when Phil told me that, and I was like, oh. And then Makad Brooks was like, yeah, I'm leaving Supergirl after this season. I was like, oh.
Can you imagine the
No.
headlines? Superman's pal becomes his worst enemy.
Because he got his own book, so what was the point if it wasn't going to end that way? Missed opportunities. They'll hire us someday, Phil. It'll be fine. But I enjoyed Supergirl.
What?
But so I did think it was interesting that all the Paragons just happened to be from Earth 1.
That's what I was. Well, no, except for Kara.
And then wait. Except for Kara and now Jean are from Earth 38.
So 2 Earths are all the Paragons.
Well, then 3 from Earth 38 because Lex Luthor kind of penciled himself in. I didn't know you could just like write your name in the Book of Destiny and change.
He's Lex freaking Luthor, of course. Like, hello, do we not know the same Lex here?
Okay, I will say this.
I thought it was awesome because John Cryer's fantastic.
I'm big on it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. Just Lex Luthor.
I have to say, I have a show series where my favorite Lex and now my favorite Superman appeared.
My favorite Lex.
Dude, I love John Cryer's Lex because I feel like he's been able to nail the character in a way that nobody else has got a chance to do because everybody else has to start over from Lex at the beginning. And he got to jump in and play Lex after he's already dark. Mm-hmm. Like, he's already been at his darkest points. So, but I am loving Brandon Routh back as Superman. Like,
that's what they should give the TV series to. You are correct.
I mean, yeah, that's a duh, but it's not what we're going to get.
It's a CW too, so.
But, yeah.
I mean, but, you know, I brought up a point to James. Like, I think that it's interesting is presenting to us, the fans, the story. If you look at the 3 Supermen, how their stories are connected. One Superman giving up everything to be with his family. The other Superman losing everything. And then you have the Superman in the middle who's torn between what he should do. So I thought that's kind of an interesting way of looking at things. I will say in the first episode, I was kind of shocked when they killed off Argo City.
I was
there at the beginning.
They have a fetish for it now. Nothing phases me.
And see, here's my problem. And I mean, I'm going to jump into the end, but my problem that I have right now with this whole setup and everything is now what? They took out all of the multiverse, which was okay. But once they took it to that extreme, I no longer feel like they have to fix something.
Well, yeah.
That now they're like, we have to fix it, which means that they can undo crap. And I just don't want them to go in there and like, there's no more stakes. Like, Crisis didn't really change as much as we were hoping or we wanted it to change because they're going to go in there.
Well, they might only be able to bring back maybe one unified universe or something.
Well, that's my thought exactly is they can only bring back they spent a lot of time in this episode with Kara and Batwoman talking about how difficult and how much it would destroy somebody to try and recreate a world. They're not going to be able to recreate a multiverse, but if they are able to collectively recreate a single Earth and have everybody unified on one Earth.
And 2 other things. In the very first episode, in the very like first minute when the monitor's doing his little voiceover, he said, it's just like in the book, they say, it used to be one universe and then it, expanded into a multiverse. And then
the speech he gives.
Yeah, and then I know Lilith didn't watch Black Lightning, but do you remember when Jennifer was talking to her like alternate selves, and she said something like, "Oh, it feels like they're either merging into one or getting destroyed or something."
It's like that Jet Li movie.
The one.
Yes.
Well, she saw her Earth 1 and Earth 2 counterparts. The Earth 1 counterpart gave up her powers and got locked in that pit. Earth 2 embraced her powers and like went full on working for Odell, and then in the end she basically she kills him, and then she like killed her whole family.
Yeah, there's one who's like overly good, there's one who's like overly bad, and then there's the one that from the show who's kind of she's in the middle ground, and she's actually learning, not to be an extreme of one or the other.
But then it doesn't matter.
Be chaotic neutral. That's the best way to be.
But then it doesn't matter.
Can I say that?
Because at the end of the episode, the antimatter wave just takes out that Earth, and then Jefferson, like they show him flash out.
Did they drop a number for that Earth?
I think it's 73.
Okay.
Did they say, because that's something James and I were talking about.
It would make sense.
Because tonight, I think right before he showed up, they showed on the screen where Earth 73 is getting wiped out. Like on Rider, I forget, was it Iris or somebody or Lois? Somebody.
Iris was
when Lois was watching the
and then they
monitor.
showed 73 getting wiped out. Yeah.
Okay, that would make the most sense then, because that's what James and I have been discussing, was what Earth is Black Lightning on.
Because I thought they mentioned it in a promo.
Because it seemed like they
73.
Because it seemed like they neglected which Earth that the main Black Lightning title was on, because they said something about the other two Earths, where the other two gens were, but I don't recall seeing anything about where the main one is.
Nope, they completely avoided that. So all right, so 73.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, because that 73 got wiped out by the wave, but they were showing there was the whole Jefferson, the whole Pierce family was on Earth 1 and had versions on Earth 1 and 2. So if they get unified, Lilith, all the crap that was going on in Freeland was going on on Earth 1 and 2 also. So
that's why I almost thought it was
because it's Black issues. 3. That's why we don't hear about it. It makes sense. It makes sense to me not to be that person.
The ASA, all of it. I mean,
when Jen on one Earth, when she like cured all the metas, like the ASA took over, and then when she's like, and then on the other one where she works for Odell, like she just kills everybody.
Yeah, Earth 1, they didn't have powers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, we do have a cure on Earth 1, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, Earth 1, they didn't have their power, so Odell came in. What was it, on Christmas Eve, and just like gunned down Jefferson.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Right into his
all the machinations. Just
awesome in that show. Bill Duke has been awesome in Black Lightning, though.
Who, Odell?
Yeah.
Oh, he plays a creepy, evil son of a bitch. He does.
Yeah, he's evil.
He's got like that voice, and it's just like, I don't care about anything. Just get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, well.
But then,
how do we feel about Batwoman?
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I was going to say Black Lightning had my second favorite line.
No, the episode.
Oh. Well, again, I mean, they could do whatever they wanted with this Batwoman episode, because she was the only one from her show, like in this crossover.
Yeah.
Luke.
Oh, yeah, we did get Luke on that, was it Earth 99?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which that seemed to be an amalgam.
What'd you think of Kevin... Yeah, what'd you think of Kevin Conroy?
Oh my God, he started coming down those steps. I was like, I want to close my eyes and just listen to the voice, but I don't want to miss anything.
Right. So we were talking, like, he's like an amalgamation of like Kingdom Come, like a Dark Knight Returns, and then kind of like an alternate universe version of Ben Affleck Batman that killed Superman.
Oh yeah,
instead of not killing, so kind of seems like an amalgamation of those three, like more brutal type versions of the character.
Yeah, the exoskeleton screamed Kingdom Come, but it's just him complaining about Clark,
his behaviors,
obeying the flag and whatever. I'm like, oh, that's so Frank Miller.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but what did you guys think? I mean, then we get the Batwoman episodes where we got Brandon Routh Superman finally.
I mean, that was awesome. Except this is one thing I'm gonna throw to Lilith, okay? Because I've already talked a little bit with Phil, and I talked to James. So Brandon Routh is supposed to be the Christopher Reeves era Superman. Yeah. And he drops a reference to Superman Returns with his son Jason. And he drops a reference to fighting himself.
Charlie Esther's favorite
which
movie.
Is a reference to Superman. Which is Superman 3. But wasn't Superman Returns
now it's supposed to disregard all of that? Yeah.
Take away.
But it's still no. Actually,
so
if you think about it, though, if you didn't watch the director's cut of Superman 2, then you don't know that you're not supposed to know about 3 and 4. So I think a lot of people don't actually know that about Superman Returns, so that's why they kind of made that reference. Because let's be honest, the writers really don't know a lot about the comic books.
And that was the only good part of 3, anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was.
Nobody's Charlie.
I appreciate that they referenced that.
Oh man, Lord,
Superman 3.
They did a deep dive. Did anyone else notice? I don't know who knows what the 90s Superman names on the wall. I mean, they had Lois, they had Perry, they had Jimmy, they had Ron Troop on there, or Trope, or whatever his name is. That's some Superman stuff right there.
Kevin Smith did it. He stepped on set and did it.
Between the tears.
Did anybody see? I looked for Lombard. You know,
I didn't see it, but I saw Trope right there. I was like, I'm like, that's so 1990s comics.
But
I would say after a handful
Richard
of
White wasn't on.
I would say after a handful of the character names, like you got to know. I bet if you pause it and you freeze frame it, you could probably pick out different Superman creator names up there on those plaques. I can't wait to see that freeze frame.
We didn't see Richard White up there, so
maybe he was on assignment.
Hopefully, I was hoping that maybe we get like a shot of Clark's desk.
Oh yeah, he wanted to see which Lois they were going to what picture of which Lois they were going to use.
Plot twist: it was Terry Hatcher.
And I would be like, no, okay. So speaking of Terry Hatcher,
spectacular.
Why couldn't we have done a it's a picture, okay? So why couldn't it have been Dean Cain's Superman that was the death of Superman with Terry Hatcher?
Maybe it's him laying on the ground.
They do have to license the likeness, and I know Dean Cain might have done it, but I think Terry Hatcher likes to put that behind her or something like that.
I mean, she was just in season
for Supergirl
2
doing something else.
Of Supergirl. Yeah,
it's kind of in your contract when you work with
like,
WB in a DC show. Hey, we're gonna call you back for something.
just dialogue.
Just know that.
You know what I'm saying?
When that call comes, you're gonna do it.
Just how much cooler. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't that picture already looks photoshopped. So I mean, you could have had Dean Cain laying in his suit, and then got Terry Hatcher, and then even composited the shot together from.
I was trying to see was that Tyler laying there?
Yeah, because there was a rumor that it was Gerard Christopher, which would have really been really awesome, but Sam Rizzio, who has the Superboy Legacy page, actually knows Gerard and everything, and he said he reached out to him and it wasn't him, so that got killed quick. Because that would have been really cool.
But yeah, the minute they said Earth 75, you knew what it was going to be.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's where that image comes from. Okay. Okay, let's get to the big thing, you Smallville fans.
The thing that divided the fandom. Like today, that's all it's been. Okay. It's like, I love it. I hate it. Screw CW.
Hey, I'm right on the line.
So was the CW decision for spoilers for him to give up his powers, or was that Tom Welling saying no? I don't.
That's Tom Welling. No tights, no fight. Damn it! Like, that is him. I can guarantee you. He was like, "Look, I'm going to do this thing, but I have a request.
There's one.
I'll punch John Cryer in the face, but I'm not putting the tights on."
There's one line that could have saved that whole thing for me. If he would have said Lex Luthor, if he would have not had said the president.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah.
Because, okay, here we go. Ready? We get established that time moves differently in some of the Earths. Earth 99 is in the future. Okay, Earth 18, where we saw Jonah Hex, was in the past. Smallville ends with the flash forward to 2018, where Lex Luthor is elected president.
It was an off-year election, apparently.
That either means that, yeah, totally. So that either means that Smallville,
they changed that
a year later, because we know that Earth 1 is moving in our continual time.
That was a rough year for Tom.
Yeah, exactly. Or is Luthor at the end of his 2-year term, or something like? Is this Smallville 8 years later than the finale? Because what I said to James was, James pointed out, it's kind of sad if right as Luthor gets elected president, Superman quits.
See that
rub it in, yeah.
That was my.
So I'm like, does that mean that the final scene of Smallville, when he's going off the rooftop, was like his last hurrah?
I think
Superman?
honestly,
because
season 11, the comic considered canon and continuity, so I would almost say that it's at the end of his second term or whatever, and they just
but I haven't read season 11 for a while, but wasn't the first issue about the Crisis coming? So didn't they already kind of do Crisis on Smallville?
They did a Crisis thing, that was the final collection. It was that's the final trade, is their Crisis type thing.
So I mean, just so that
it's always another Crisis. It's DC,
I don't know,
Tyler. Figuratively and literally, it's always a crisis.
That's why I'm still waiting for midlife crisis.
Happen.
The story that's never been told.
That'll happen.
Right.
Oh, I believe the issue where he reveals his identity to the world comes out tomorrow.
Yep.
He might as well just get a convertible and reveal he's got a toupee at that point.
Spend this. I'm not here to profit.
But I mean, so that was kind of my biggest thing, because I was like, because Smallville ends in 2018, where him and Lois are about to get married, and originally they were gonna have a gold kryptonite ring to take away his powers. So in my mind, I'm thinking, if he takes at that moment, if he got married to her, not thinking about Smallville season 11, because he would get the gold wedding ring, lose his powers, and they would have their daughters.
I don't know. It seems kind of selfish to me that Lex Luthor becomes the most powerful man in the world, and Superman gives up his powers. I'm like, if they had changed the line to "I lost my powers," like he had lost them out, it was out of his hands, out of his control. I would have been, it would have been like, okay, well,
so right.
If it just
remember, we do have we already have a Justice League in his world too, so it's not that selfish.
But it's I don't know.
That's the new trend, is to make him kind of flawed, kind of more relatable, not so godlike, that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, it's the DCEU how that works.
Which kind of was pioneered mostly for the character in Smallville.
Exactly.
That was very much a part of that version of Clark.
Here, Oliver, you said my villain.
So for Smallville, it works. I kind of wrestled a little bit with it, just because I'm like, I don't know if that's how I would want. I don't know. I understand kind of, and then I thought back to my original feelings when I saw the finale.
Oh, I almost rioted in the streets
with the Smallville finale.
What CGI, man?
Over time, it's grown on me, but I still felt let down. And that same thing, it's kind of like, I enjoyed it. I think it was in the vein of Smallville. It just kind of sucks because that he gave up his powers.
So
if they had just said something about Luthor being in a maximum security prison, or
he was in the middle of his impeachment hearings.
I mean, if they had just done something, if they had just done that, I wouldn't have had as much problem with it. But I love seeing Tom back. It was, I didn't expect anything grand from it. I wasn't one of those people who were like, He's gonna put on a suit and save the multiverse. I'm like, no. Like, where are you getting these ideas?
Have you never heard anything about the man?
I'm chopping some wood.
That would have been great just because you actually got to. He's the Superman and the Clark Kent that you've actually gotten to see the most of, so that would have been great. But I mean, when I first saw it,
back to like I told you.
Yeah, when I first saw it, as soon as it was over, I was like, you know what, I'm not even disappointed. I'm in the mid. I'm down the middle. Alan Moore's last Superman story ended the same way. He gave up his powers to live a normal life. So it's
how much
canonical.
Do you want from the man? You can't get blood from a turnip. Let the man live, okay?
Yeah. So it's a canonical ending to a story of Superman. So I'm okay with it on that front, but also like Tyler had said, like, if they said Lex Luthor is trying to kill you and he's like, well, he's dead or he's in a maximum security prison, it's not possible. That's one thing. But then saying he's the president, well, Lex Luthor being the president, Clark's not giving up his powers. Even that Clark,
yeah,
he's not giving up his powers when Lex is in office like that. I mean, that's Public Enemies. That's a number of other stories, but it doesn't work out. So
several great points.
And then Jor-El comes back from the ship and gives him his powers. That's the part we don't see. You idiot! Take these powers back.
He has to go to the fortress to get his powers back, and then throws Zod in the pit.
He's got to go through another quest and trial. We all know the deal. It's not going to last. Don't worry about it.
Villains with that cellophane symbol.
You're missing the even more obvious answer. As soon as they left and he went walking back with Lois, the Monitor showed up and just waved his hand.
Oh, like Cisco,
and gave his powers back.
He's like, you idiot.
Exactly.
What are you doing here? Have them back.
I mean, not to jump ahead too much, but yeah, I'm like, I thought Cisco was going to get his powers back maybe during the Blood Work episode or something, or the one with Gypsy.
I knew it was going to be this episode because
with Echo,
Wonder's just like, okay, kid, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, Vibe needs to be back. What? I gave up Vibe. Whoop, not anymore.
It was a little too easy, a little too hand wavy. But we don't have too much time to kill, so got to get this show on the road. Got to make that cliffhanger to make people remember January 14th. Come back January 14th.
Did you guys like?
Oh yeah,
of course.
We even got a clip of the 90s show,
which was awesome. So I'm curious, okay, because they said that there were 6 unnamed appearances that would be in Crisis, okay, and that we didn't know about or hadn't been announced. I'm wondering if Tina McGee right there was one of them, because and then the Titans as another one, because everyone else that's appeared we either knew about.
We Got You Covered did say that they would show up, so I don't know.
Yeah,
aren't they the ones that mentioned Lucifer also? Because I was gonna say, would that count as one?
I thought he was mentioned at some point.
Yeah, but I thought they're all like, "Oh, it's not no."
Yeah, he was there, and he's actually friends with like somebody, so he was out to lunch with them, and they just got it all twisted.
Tom Ellis denies it.
Oh yeah, that was the story. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just kind of like waiting to be surprised because I'm like, so
unless we get some surprises in the last 2 parts.
Oh yeah, we are.
Well, if it was Tom Ellis, if the actor is that good in the show, because I haven't seen the show yet. I heard Netflix. The season on Netflix was really good.
Official.
It's better than
the show is good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go back and catch up. So when they come out with 2 parts of season 5
for season 4, those 2 bonus episodes, I like those. They're not really like of the season.
What I liked about it was when he first, what do you desire? And like I told my wife, is like the original plot for Lucifer the show was supposed to be him going around making deals with people and the kind of mischief that it had, but then they kind of changed it around.
You gotta have a procedural. It's Fox. It's what they do.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, so they kind of dropped that plot line and story, and then for them to kind of bring it back up in this was cool. I liked it.
I'm going to say procedural Fox writers, dramatic irony, CW
Oh,
writers.
my Lord. Oh, my Lord. And Lilith. So Constantine helped Lucifer with Maze.
It's my everything. I was just like,
I knew it.
I was like, thank you. Somebody remembered what Lilith would want. Thank you.
Lilith will fix it because Lilith fixes everything.
And then he was trying to get in Mia's pants. Holy crap.
Oh, I ship it. Don't even judge me. I ship it. I need them to show up on the Green Arrow and the Canary. Make it
You
happen.
mean you ship it like John Wesley ship?
Well, I can't say who I used to ship him with because she is married now.
Oh, but and I've been waiting for Constantine to interact with other people besides like Oliver and that. You know, what was it on the Batwoman episode? We got him with him and with Barry and got to bring Oliver back.
Probably. This will probably be the highest ratings episode of Batwoman.
Oh, definitely.
Sadly, yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look what
that's kind
unless
of why
they actually like get a Batman dude to show up. It's not. Yeah.
Again,
Of the series.
You had Kevin
of the
Conroy.
series.
You had Kevin Conroy. You had Brandon Routh as Superman, of course. You had Constantine. Yeah. You had the Flash.
Oh, that's why I told James, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the highest rating for Batwoman because like this is like the episode everybody was waiting for.
Yeah.
What she does after this is totally up to them.
I mean, the Batwoman timeline doesn't work out for the show.
Nope.
Thank
for
you.
Elseworlds
Me and
last
Phil were
year,
like, how does this line up?
but
Even because
No, 'cause
Kara
she would have
said
to
last year, Kara said to her, since last year when we met, I was like, no. I was like, this
like, so
timeline
that
is
means
not-
you've been fighting Alice for a year and a half.
You're not a very good vigilante. Who are you, Jefferson?
She is letting her run all over Gotham because she is her sister.
Well, let's be
I mean,
fair.
it
You know,
just-
Bruce does some conspicuous things with Jason. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh, I thought you were going to say any woman he slept with, he lets them run amok in the city.
Well, that too, but he's not Oliver levels on that though.
I thought for sure that they would do something, and maybe I made this up or I thought it, but that Batwoman was supposed to wrap up the ongoing series, like with everything that's been going on with her, with Alice. It was supposed to end before Crisis, and then when it comes back from Crisis, it was supposed to be, a new storyline.
I think
I thought Hush was supposed to like come into play after Crisis. Like
Well,
they were gonna.
That's what
we got Tommy Ellis.
just because.
Just that.
No, but like
Yeah, 'cause
Hush,
this-
that
like
whole
you
thing.
said-
Maybe. I mean, he could show up, but I think I heard that about Flash, that they were going to wrap stuff up first half and then
Yeah, like
half.
like Blood Work was supposed to be all like wrapped up and be done.
No, he's
with, and
talking
it kind of is.
Kind of is. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. It kind of is, and that's why. Okay, that's why I hate that they destroyed all the Earths. I know I've already said this because now that they have to fix stuff, which means, they can go back and they're going to be like, "Oh, we fixed it all. We put it all back straight," or something where the storylines don't have the kind of conclusions that we were going at earlier.
to be unified into one universe.
I expected Batwoman, like Batwoman in Crisis. I expected her to be like a future version, like the Elseworlds version that we got, not the specific early character that she's playing in the show right now. I expected this show to take place like a year ago before Elseworlds, and then
this is more
this
like
one to just be just a little time displacement between the two.
I expected a
But
version.
she's like it's like the exact same one.
I expected a version who liked to wear her mask.
yeah.
She took it off the first 5 minutes, of episode 1.
I
Yeah.
just like I
Are
said,
we sure
I just
she's related
it just
to Bruce? To Bruce, that's the plot twist. He never takes that damn thing off. Not even to have sex.
Yeah, right. Well, I heard in the original story he did not have it on, but then when they redrew it and stuff like that, he is wearing it.
Damien conception.
They're hammering in his kink, or maybe Batgirl's kink. I don't know. I don't know whose kink that is.
Right. So some people like their masks.
Good Lord.
No kink shaming over here.
Oh, never.
Yeah.
Never.
No, I was gonna say a little because they talk. Fan fiction. All right, so that's my train of thought. Where are we at?
Flash.
In the crisis of multiverses.
That's off the rails.
Yeah, I guess we can get to episode 3, tonight's episode. Yes. So
we've been through everything, Phil. We've been up and down.
I thought it was kind of cool. They had John Wesley Shipp. Yeah. And it was Barry who dies in Crisis, so they did have two Barrys. So it makes sense.
Everybody knew that. Like that was like the least.
I expected it,
but I just love it was a treadmill and he didn't have to actually run a circle around the canyon.
The cosmic treadmill. We haven't seen that thing since season 2.
Oh yeah, that thing was cosmic. In this
one that I recall, was it in 2?
Yeah, it was in 2. They had to do something with Zoom with the Velocity 9.
I was trying to get faster.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I remember the first 2 seasons very. Else, not so much.
You know what happened? He had the treadmill until Flashpoint, and then once Flashpoint changed everything, then they had that speed lab.
Ugh, I hate that speed lab.
Yeah. And his little tachyon thing.
Thank God they gave it to Nora and she ruined it.
Man, but just now it's like, I don't know. It's just now it's not as, to me in a way, it's not as fun because now I'm like, oh, all right. Every Earth is gone. So when it comes back, you're like, will we have more fun cameos?
Yes, I think that's the point.
But if you read the book, you knew Lila was going to betray them.
John needs to get his woman in check. Get that backhand strong.
Backhand, man. Oh my Lord!
But like I said, like just the beginning
needs that. He needs that ring.
All these years, it's finally paid off.
That ring,
he's married to Lila. Like you don't even know.
Big old construct.
Oh my Lord! Lil, did you see Black Lightning gave the nod to Diggle?
Yes.
For a second, I thought he was going to be like, you look like my wife's cousin.
No, that's just a black man. Right. Nah, don't worry about it. That little sup. I see you, brother. I was like,
but isn't it? It would have been like, wasn't it? Isn't it supposed to be her brother?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it have been awesome just as a nod if Black Lightning would have seen Dig and been like, John?
Yeah.
He's like, why do people keep coming up to me and telling me who they know me?
Why do people keep asking me where my jewelry's at?
Like, if he would just been like, John, like, how did you get off the Earth? Or like,
damn antimatter.
Yeah.
You're breaking up, Tyler. The waves envelop you.
It's taking over Tyler's house.
But no, I mean, they've been teasing that Green Lantern thing the whole season because they want to. I mean, me and Lil talked about it. Do you ever notice that in that helmet now he has a green light?
Mm-hmm.
Is he getting shipped off to HBO Max? I mean, he already was in Blue Blood, so I could see them shipping him off to HBO Max somewhere.
Yeah. I read something that's supposed
I'd be okay with it.
It's supposed to be connected somehow, so why not?
Well, isn't Greg Berlanti in charge of that too somehow?
Oh, but
the
only
I was gonna say, was it Berlanti or is it Guggenheim producing?
Oh my God! As long as he's producing, it's fine. Just don't let him in the writer's room unless he's with doing Troll Hunters. That's the only time he's allowed to write.
All I know
is because I think as they said it was Guggenheim producing that, not positive.
Well, I thought that they're in a weird production thingy. Who knows?
They might have a partnership in production or something.
Isn't there only one DC show that's not produced by Greg Berlanti that's technically still on the air.
Pennyworth?
Yep.
And that brought you Gotham.
Exactly.
Watchmen, right?
True.
Watchmen's
yeah.
DC.
True.
Are we sure? We might have to dig into the credits of that one too.
So if me and Tyler, if me and Lilith review it, it's a Berlanti show. If me and Tyler review it, it's not a Berlanti show.
I see how it is. Give me the crap. I see how it is. Hey man, I can finally speak my truth because Arrow is over in 2 more episodes. Over the formulaic high school garbage. I'm over it.
I would say it's 3 right now, isn't it? The Crisis episode and then 2.
Yeah.
Oh well, Mark actually did write these though, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I don't know. Did he?
At least 2 of them, probably Flash and Arrow. At least
I mean,
he oversaw the whole Crisis. So
look how shocked Tyler is.
I know, right?
I mean,
I'm looking something up.
it just froze. Your eyes were all wide. You're like, there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you're
it
staring
froze. You were
intently
just
at
like, you're like,
your phone screen.
Hello?
hello, can you hear us? Papa, can you hear me? Oh, but Lilith,
Tyler.
they've been telling us all over Queen's Fate since the season premiere of Arrow. You know, when he keeps he keeps saying I have to become something else. He doesn't say someone else anymore. He just says I have to become something else. The freaking Spectre.
Yeah.
I know. I was just like, okay, we tease Hal Jordan. I get it. I get it.
So are we shipping him off to like Spectre Heaven so they can like bring him in whenever they want?
Of course. We already knew that. Although I don't honestly.
Hello?
I don't think Steven's coming back.
Once a year.
Between us hands?
Once a year for every crossover.
I like the guy that had played Jim Corrigan on the Constant.
Thank you.
Show, so I was slightly disappointed. Well, he's Lobo. Well, he was Lobo now, but I liked him as Jim Corrigan on the Constantine show. I'd have preferred to have him back.
You mean Constantine?
I'm so disappointed they didn't like find a way to bring like Zed and like all those people in because I enjoyed season 1 of Constantine. I like that cast.
So did I.
I mean, Juliana Huck
I enjoyed it as well.
The rogue angel, and she got to be a canary. That's all I'm saying.
I was kind of disappointed the way the mid-season finale ended on a cliffhanger, and then it was just done.
It's like he's mine. Yeah, I've been shipping you since episode 1. Duh. Hashtag still bitter. Screw you, NBC.
And then on
they put it on at Fridays at 10.
Well, it was a good pairing with Grimm, but people go out, man.
Uh-huh. Ended on a cliffhanger, kind of like that Krypton.
A comic book director. Don't you worry.
I'm disappointed in that show, especially season 2.
Tyler, did we get you off the treadmill?
He's in the speed lab now.
He's
trying to find that tacky out.
Kevin Smith at the beginning of Aftermath. He said God's worst invention, the treadmill.
Oh yeah, those Aftermaths have been great.
I haven't watched any yet. I'm probably just gonna watch them back to back.
How did you manage to did you stay up and watch part 1 or did you just watch it the next day?
I stayed up till 11 o'clock since they pushed it back to the freaking
Hey guys.
It wasn't even the game, it was freaking football talk.
I don't know what happened.
Man, that's terrible. Tyler told me about that. I was like, oh my God. Like where I live, we're like close to like where the main CW broadcast network is from. So like mine is direct CW. Like it's not local broadcasting that can be overtaken by something else. So it was CW, and I have antenna. So it's the local, it's straight broadcast. It's not an affiliate that does CW shows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I said. I'm like, they did this with Supergirl like at least once before, and I was like, okay, and Batwoman. I was like, okay, that's fine, but it's like part one of the crossover. I'm like, what do you think's going to get bigger ratings? This or it's again not an NFL game, just the post game talk. I was like, really?
Oh man,
it's what you get when you affiliate yourself with CBS, man. They make some bad choices.
And two, if you're a football fan, it wasn't like official, like it wasn't like ESPN or something. It was like the local guys talking about it. I was like, okay,
might as well put on high school football highlights at that point.
Exactly. Tyler, you're off the treadmill.
Yeah. All I know is I was talking to you guys. It went black. And when I popped back, it still said everyone was here. And you guys were gone. And I was
Welcome to Get Vocal.
I'm the last one. I thought I was the last man on Earth. I was like,
those Russian soldiers.
I got you in the pocket dimension.
That's where I thought he was sending them
I'm
with
at
that
the
pocket
vanishing point. Now
dimension.
it's like
But then it was like vanishing point.
No, that's where Felicity is. Nobody's allowed in that quarantine zone.
Lilith, did you finally get your I mean, I know they'll fix it, but Lilith, did you get your wish finally? Is Felicity dead?
No, she's not dead.
Why?
They would never do that because they want people to watch Green Arrow and the Canaries.
No, I'm saying
that would piss off the Velocity fans.
No, I'm just saying Earth, it'll get fixed. But right now, didn't Earth 1 get wiped out?
She's in her pocket dimension. The Monitor knows he's got to keep her in that pocket dimension so that Oliver can play his part.
Wait a second.
Okay, can I ask a question real quick?
That does make sense because wouldn't you have to save baby Mia? Because if you don't get her, would an adult Mia disappear?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, depending on, because in the comic book, time all existed at the same,
like in real
past,
life,
present, and future all existed. At the same time. So in this one, that's how I thought they were going to be bringing Mia into it, was the fact that all facets of time were compressed at the same time. Things from the past were happening at the same time as things from the future, like the Legion and stuff were in the world. Everybody was together. That's how I thought they were going to be bringing.
And
Mia
I love how
in.
they just brought Mia in. It's like, oh yeah, don't worry, Connor Hawk. Yeah, don't worry, Black Canary, Wild Dog. We don't. You're fine.
We don't care about you. Not a pretty blonde girl. We don't care about you.
Right. This is the CW. That's who we care about.
We just need the pretty ones. Steven and the little.
Let's be honest. Everybody on the CW is like super ridiculously pretty and non-threatening.
Always have been.
God, I miss Callista Flockhart.
What, you saying she's not attractive?
No, her snark. I miss it. Catco's never been the same. Just saying.
Yep. I agree.
That's why they've had rotating bosses every season.
And I like how Snapper Carr just
you mean like
don't think too hard about it. You can't think too hard about it.
Like General Lane and Lucy Lane and Max Lord, yeah.
And they're all gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, at least Max Lord got a name drop. Okay, in a recent episode they did the backtrack of Lena's history. Okay, we got a name drop for Maxwell Lord. That was just nice.
What are you complaining about, Tyler?
Question,
they took
Phil,
the lanes
Lilith.
away and Snapper Carr, but you got Superman. Come on.
Oh, I know. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I hate continuity crap. It's errors.
Hold on.
Every time there's an error, him and Brian. Every time there's a continuity error, him and Brian are like, "What is up with this?"
Poor James.
Was the anti-monitor? Was the anti-monitor always Mobius? Or
that came from the dark. Well, it came from the Dark Side War. The Anti-Monitor in the New 52, when he showed up during the Dark Side War, they called him Mobius.
See, that's what I thought.
But I was like, who doesn't count, James? Come on, we all know this.
Keep out a New 52 stuff. That always works.
But because I remember that, because I actually really enjoyed the Dark Side War. But I was like, wait, because I mean that's when Batman got the Mobius chair.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how far they're going to go.
And we all know how we're still waiting for that to pan out.
We're only waiting 3 or 4 years for 3 Jokers.
You voted.
But no, I mean, I don't know how far they're going to go. But right
man.
now, in Justice League, Scott Snyder's doing, the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor brothers and their mother.
Well, it makes sense. Duh.
Yeah, 3 brothers: the Monitor, the Anti-Monitor, and the World Forger.
Did you mean Hephaestus? I feel like I've heard this story many times, but I'll just let it go. Maybe they have a 4th brother and he rules the underworld. I don't know. Call me crazy.
My unpopular
Appropriating Greek mythology in this, or rather any mythology.
Yeah, you have to build on it and make it your own.
All mythologies.
Well, I mean, all mythologies have to be built off of something, right? Why not the creation of? Oh yeah.
What were the things called that were the creators or the forces or the brother beings that were the pillars in the opening of the Marvel versus DC? And there was like one giant one, and
where's Charlie Esther when you need
what
him?
are they called?
Oh yeah, each one represented their own universe. The one represented Marvel, one represented DC.
Yeah. Okay. Can we please get? There are 2 words that I want to hear before this crossover is over. Source wall.
I think we're gonna get it.
I want to hear something about the.
Yeah, but
I want to hear something about the source wall, and I don't want to see Tyler.
Well, that's what you're gonna get. He is Superboy. Let's just be clear.
But are they?
He's Superboy.
Are they
standing next to Tom and standing next to Tom and Brandon?
Yeah, but are they allowed them? Are they allowed to have a source wall since they're doing a New Gods movie?
Man, what the hell ever? We'll see that in 2025. They can do the source wall.
I know, but if they have something even slightly planned for a movie, they don't put it in on this.
We've got 8 Supermen, bro. Like, wow, I think we can use the source wall.
But we're not doing a Superman movie.
I feel like,
because he's not relatable. Remember?
I feel like that's.
We're not even getting a Supergirl movie at this point.
That's kind of
Go nuts.
I feel like that's
it's very
I mean, ideally, if they do drop the source wall, it'll be a hint at a seed towards next year's crossover.
I mean, the only thing that they could do that would be cool for a crossover is bring in Mongol, like I've been saying for years now, and have Mongol make them all fight.
No, it wouldn't be Mongol though. It'd be Rogozar and Mongols. It's true. Bendis is like, I heard you wanted to use Mongol. How about Rogozar?
Right. Like Bendis, you have no say.
You destroyed Argo City. I like your work.
Oh,
let's get together and have lunch.
If I could be Candor with you, I love your Moxie.
Oh no!
Oh god, we're a bunch of nerds.
Oh my god, you guys are just crushing my dreams of ever getting Bendis on here to answer for his crimes.
Take him to the Hague. I tell you to take him to the Hague.
You're going about it.
I want to try him for war crimes. You know the internet would love us if we could just try him for his war crimes here.
Mm-hmm.
You're going about the wrong way, man. You should be praising.
I can't be fake anymore.
So it's hype buzz.
I can't get my head that far.
I spent so many years in public relations. I can't be fake anymore. I hate everything.
Just take your medicine, Lil.
Smoked a doobie.
It's too late to be drinking now. Sobering up, unfortunately.
All right. Is there anything else major we want to hit on? I mean, Oliver's now the Spectre. That was one thing we kind of lost.
Ooh, good job, people. It looks like we got a new subscriber to the YouTube.
Awesome.
I don't know how I feel about that because I'm just like, that's the only thing I ever wanted to see. What they else do.
What?
The Spectre, like you can't just make Oliver the Spectre. What the hell?
What? He's green.
That would make a great HBO Max show. The Spectre.
Yes, it would.
Like the
I don't know
something like the Spectre animated short. Something in the vein of that.
They're gonna make Oliver's the Spectre, and I was just he's gonna drop in every crossover.
Plot twist: it was his secret spinoff on HBO Max. He's leaving those losers at CW.
Lilith, they're gonna make him the Spectre. We won't see him again until next year when they do 0 Hour.
Oh, you shut! They better do Darkest Night before they do 0 Hour. Zombies are all the rage. It's fine.
Zombies
they'll have a lot.
That's why the whole blood work
Have you
thing.
seen Daybreak? It is not over, my friend.
Walking Dead 10th season.
Ugh. Well, that's a whole nother thing that I won't get into.
Spin-off shows coming.
Everybody in their shared universes, like, I'm over it. I don't want any more responsibility for watching TV. I can't wait till January. I'm gonna have to go find something. I'm gonna have to go track down. Yeah, wait till January.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have inside sources? Get us a copy of that.
I will be working on it.
Right.
Nice.
Yes. Spread that around.
We'll have a sneak peek review. We'll be like, hey, I know no one's seen it, but hey, thanks to the little Chinese circle.
You mean like when I had my Supergirl the pilot episode review done before the show?
I had all the CW shows. Let's see, we did the Flash, and we had yeah.
I was gonna say, I know Zach and I reviewed the Flash before it came out.
Who?
Tyler.
Who, Phil?
Behave yourself. On that note, Philip.
What? Yeah, I don't know who I was talking about.
Dong is a medical term. Fight me, nerds.
This isn't Watchmen. That's the only place you can use that drop now, next to Wade's World.
Hello, Megan.
All right, let's.
Yes.
I think we're good.
Oh, yes,
let's
get
get
back.
here.
Goodbye, John Wesley Ship. My childhood died.
He'll be back. Don't worry.
But no, I know.
I hope he shows up as Jay Garrick. I mean, he's still Jay Garrick.
Yes.
But that Earth is gone. That's why I wish they would have just been like, there's only 3 Earths left.
Oh my Lord!
Earth, blah.
They're bringing him back as his dad.
It's been a fight to save those Earths.
Oh my Lord!
Well, when they started counting them down, she said there's 7. I was like, okay, well, we're gonna have a couple of Earths left here, and then the comic book, and then nope, they're like, nope,
oh my
erase
Lord!
them all.
Oh my Lord! I figured out what they're gonna do with him.
That's why
I know what one of those, unannounced appearances is gonna be. If they unify the timeline, if there's one Earth, one universe, we're going to get the JSA were originally around in World War II. So we're going to have Jay Garrick back, which is going to lead to the present day when we're going to get an appearance of Stargirl. Mark my word. Because that show is coming. That show is coming.
But
so
didn't we have the
Stargirl?
They just dropped a trailer for it.
Stargirl in January.
No, they just dropped a trailer.
Yep, spring of 2020.
Stargirl.
Spring 2020.
Yeah, she's gonna be in either the last episode or the next last one.
Mark my words.
Well, all right, guys, let's get out of here. I got kids I got to put to bed.
Okay, I already put his wife to bed. Now he's gonna get those kids to bed. That's fine. All right, so send us your thoughts on the crossover, and it's it'll be back. But hey, we'll be talking some Batman till then. So send your thoughts. All the Arrowverse. capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Check out all our social media links at Linktree. That's linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember, support the sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer, Pod Life the book, which I am in.
GoFundMe on Phil's
I
page.
wish,
Just drop money to Phil directly.
Yeah, I talk about Tyler and Lil behind their backs in here, so check that out. That's right.
It's
and
sad
remember,
life we
check
live.
out the Amazon link for Southgate Media Group. Put some shekels in Master Doom's pocket. All right. All right. Who wants to do the Krypton report?
You can find me and James and Mr. James Cole the Awesome on Krypton Report on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Get Vocal, everywhere. Just look for Krypton Report.
And I was gonna say, James, you have anything else you want to promote? Because after that Tom Welling lookalike got his plugs out.
No, I'm on Facebook and Twitter.
All right,
James Cole.
All right, from the empty void, because the multiverse is gone. Love Hellfire.
You nerd.
The dark multiverse.
If you nerds want to hang out,
Yeah, she's in the dark.
You can find me on Twitter at Lil Hellfire or on Instagram at Lil Hellfire69 because I'm a child. It's fine.
Hello, Megan.
Well, let's go with Arrow this time. All right, everyone. Again, join us back here in January. So what? Both parts drop in the same night, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So we'll be doing it the next day.
Or that night. I don't know. But no, I'm just saying we don't have to wait 2 days for both parts.
The team has filled the multiverse, though.
And again, we'll be talking a lot more Batman between that.
Plot twist is all the shows actually end after Crisis.
Oh.
Well, basically.
Oh no, we're gonna have to do the last episode of Arrow, Lil Hellfire.
Nope, that's the plot twist. There isn't no more.
No, that's how. That's how Lil Hellfire and I started this journey. We got it. We got to cover that.
Or plot twist is everything gets rebooted. Everything starts over at 1.
So I guess I would say don't fail this podcast, this city.
There's no multiverse to fail, man.
So just come back in January.